So, N1SNG in the group, W2SDR.
W2SDR, N1SNG. Very good morning to you, Frank. Well, actually, 3 watts there. I believe you said 3 watts. I could hear you when you checked in there. So, anyway, I guess the band's in good shape here. And they're about 40 over here right now. So, beautiful signal, as always. Perry also. Yeah, you're right, Frank. I wish I could get away from that 2-cycle. I mean, I have a chainsaw which sees very limited use. It's 2-cycle. And I bought that back in 1981. It's a Husqvarna. And it's a bear. I mean, this thing it just rips through anything. So that's been the mainstay here. And like I said, very limited use. Anything that falls in the yard, if it's close enough to the house and small enough. I picked up a very nice steel electric chainsaw, not cordless, but electric chainsaw. And I got it at a yard sale for $20. It looked brand new. So the wife, she's selling all this stuff, and the husband's out in the garage and all. So I bring it up to her. I says, "How much you want for this?" She goes, I said, first of all, I said, "Would you take $20?" And she says, "Oh, let me ask my husband." So anyway, I'm looking at it, and she said, "Yeah, I think he hit something with it, and the chain, it wouldn't cut anymore or something." So anyway, I'm saying this thing's got to be brand new. So anyway, she yells back to him, "Hey, whatever. What do you want for the saw?" "I give you $40 for that." So anyway, she looks at me, she goes, "Give me $20. So I walked down the driveway with a very, very nice saw. I bought some new blades on Amazon for it. And I'd like to get the cordless. I know they're very, very pricey with the steel. But they have the weed whacker, the leaf blower, and chainsaw. A buddy of mine has a Bosch cordless, and that thing is nice. We were taking out some small trees. We had to cut them up with that, and then just the roots too, exposing the roots, cutting them with it. And talk about portability. I think you could take that backpacking with you. W3MMR, N1SNG. Just looking at the carrier there. W3MMR, W2SDR. Just looking, saw something on the internet here. The windiest state of the year. Windiest states out there. Windiest. Number 50 is Florida. Number 49 is Arizona. It's pretty interesting. I'm just going down the... Most of these states and down the south seem to be very windy. I don't know. I don't know where they get this stuff from. Look around, see where New Jersey is. I don't think up here... I guess it depends where you live up here, but... have to see. California's pretty windy. North Carolina, Washington, West Virginia, Pennsylvania is number 31 in wind. So they're up. New Jersey's number 30. So it's a lot windier here than a lot of those states down south. Virginia. I want you guys to guess what's the windiest state in the country. See if you know that. I mean, if you don't mind getting off the gasoline topic. New York is 16th. How about that? That's way up there in New York. Ohio is 13th. Kansas. I knew Kansas is windy. Ohio. So we'll see. What do you guys think is the windiest? Windiest state in the USA. Yeah, we get right to the top there. Okay, here we go. Who does it go to? Glenn. Go ahead, Glenn.
Okay, what was it? The Windy City. I'm thinking of Mount Washington, but that's at the top of the mountain there. But where would it be? Would it be Chicago or something? I don't know. You got me on that one, Frank. That's a good topic there. Huh. Yeah, I'd say Chicago. Over to you, Perry.
The windiest... Was it the windiest state or the windiest city?
State.
The windiest state. Okay. Would have to be probably North Dakota, somewhere in the Midwest, probably.
No, it's Alaska. Alaska is the windiest, followed by Wyoming, followed by Michigan, believe it or not. Then Nebraska, then Montana, then South Dakota, then Wisconsin, then Oklahoma, Colorado, Hawaii is 10th, Kansas 11th. So North Dakota's 12th. So you were up there pretty close. So a lot of it in the Midwest. But then New York is 16, and New Jersey I think was 20, something like that. So anyway, that's that. So, okay, back to the gasoline.
Let me grab it here real quick. Up to you, Glenn, and then send it back. We'll keep it going around. W3MMR.
Okay. Yeah, we only got 2 miles per hour here in Rhode Island this morning at 17 degrees. I don't have the automatic wind chill diagnostic on there, but anyway, it's cold enough for me. That's for sure. Yeah, it's very interesting. I know it's Mount Washington that excessive winds, but not to be so windy and such. But yeah, very good. I think one of the handiest items for tree pruning was the pole saw I bought. I think it's a Black & Decker. I got it over at Lowe's. Don't forget when you go to Lowe's, make sure you bring your military card with you, because you get a 10% discount. I don't have one, but I know some people that do. So remember when you shop over there, if you've served, bring your card with you. But that pole saw works really well. And that'll cut a good 8-inch limb, too.
if you got some good-sized limbs up there, dead or alive. So that worked out pretty good. I don't know if I got an extra chain for that one or not, but it's got an oil pump on it, and of course, everything gets pretty oily there. And it is, you need to get a cord out there wherever you're, trimming, whatever. So I got plenty of extension cords to go out. I could probably go out 300 feet, but I probably only have 80 watts at the end, 80 volts. Who knows? But my brother's up in Kodiak, Alaska. He's got a fishing business up there. He's been up there, I don't know, maybe 35 years, 40 years, I forget. But it can get pretty nasty up there. He had some winds up there in the back of his property, because he built right on the water. I don't know why. He sends me pictures of his house covered with ice, from the mist and all that. I just, yeah, I'll go figure. But he had a tree cut. The tree was 900 years old. It's one of these big giant, I don't know, cypress or whatever. And they had some really intense winds up there, hurricane force. And it just snapped it right off at the base. And he sent pictures of himself and the kids standing in front of the trunk, it's amazing. The old forestry, But well, in any case, I'm on a tree line here, so I've had a few trees taken down, and Frank, like you say there with the trimmers, if I use mine once a year, I'll be lucky. The leaf blower I don't use that much anymore because of having that riding mower with the rear bagger on it. I just drive around and pick up all the leaves now instead of making a big pile and putting them on the top and all that stuff. So, all the trials and tribulations of being a homeowner. Yeah, so that's anyway. Right over to you, Frank. W3MMR and 1SNG.
Or N1SNG, W3MMR. When I was when I was stationed in northern Illinois, man, I was about, the one border of base was Lake Michigan, and one fence really, and we were about a mile and a half from the Wisconsin border. I mean, we were up there, and it was. I've never experienced a winter like that. How cold, how bitterly cold it was in winters there, and it was like a cutting cold because of the wind, and because it was just a constant wind all the time. And the coldest it ever got there was minus 28 with a minus 43 degree wind chill the one night. And we had to march almost a mile and a half across base in sweatpants. We had sweatpants on. We had a raincoat with a wool liner. Okay, a raincoat with liner. We had you remember that get up I was wearing with the I had a ski mask on. It looked like a ninja mask. A scarf around that, and then a watch cap, a knit cap on top of it, and you had leather gloves on. And it was the first time I've ever experienced my eyelashes freezing. My eyelashes froze to my eyelids because we were walking directly in the wind, and the water coming out of your eyes, everything froze. We had one guy that he got sick, man, and ended up vomiting in his ski mask and in his scarf. And by the time he got back, everything was frozen, like his whole front. Oh, it was disgusting. And but yeah, that was the windiest, probably the windiest, consistently windy place I've ever been. But you want to talk about wind? My dad gets some wind over there where he's at. It's always windy there. today. You should put up an anemometer, man. With a wind gauge, man, and 'cause I'd be interested to know how windy it does get there, because you've had to have some pretty high gusts there with the field the way it is, and the IMAX 2000 can't stand it. It can't stand the wind. 3 of them couldn't anyway. So, oh man, still great conditions here. Everyone's coming in fantastic. Dad, you're 30 over. Glenn, you're about 20 over, and hopefully I'm holding up equally as well here. Just on the SDR this morning. W2 SDR with N1 SNG, W3 MMR.
There's another QSO way out there. It was that carrier, and I can't get any audio or much audio out of it, but they're there. I don't know where they are, who they could be. Well, it's getting close to Gray Line here, so they could be out west, out in the West Coast, or. Well, we heard that guy from Arizona in here that one day. Was it? Well, it might have been, I think it was on single sideband, further down the band. W2SDR. Well, it does get windy here. It's because it's so flat. And there's nothing, especially this time of year, there's nothing in the way. I mean, the crops are all down, and it just blows, and there's nothing to stop it. So, it gets windy. And my house is sitting out completely exposed, pretty much. I don't have any trees right around the house anyway. So I think the tree line on the north side, where the river starts there, creek, whatever, it's a creek before it gets to be a river, but it may reduce the wind somewhat out of the north. I don't know, but it's cold out there this morning, man. 19 degrees registering here. And I think we're going to be down in single digits on Tuesday, the weather said. So we're in the winter now, so it's the time for it. I was just calling Brian to see if he's on DMR. I think he has to work today and tomorrow, so I thought I might catch him real quick before he gets to work. He has somebody to talk to, maybe in the mobile, but I didn't get any answers on a Ohio talk group, and didn't get any response. Haven't heard Art in a couple of days, or heard from him. He hasn't been checked into the room or anything, so I don't know what his story is. Maybe Art went away, or vacation, or something, but you got to keep tabs on everybody here. As far as today goes, I haven't even thought about it yet. I haven't thought past this mug of coffee. But judging by the temperature and stuff, I don't think I'll be doing anything outside today. I don't have any errands to run that I know of. I'd like to do a little hiking, but we'll see how high the temperature gets today, and I'll check that as we go here. I haven't gotten that far yet. N1 SNG, you going to get out and about at all today there, Glenn? In the group, W2SDR.
Yeah, W2SDR, N1 SNG. Yeah, I may get out. I might just go out and take a walk around the property. See what the heck we go. There's 17 degrees. 17 is the wind chill here. So, now I get all the gear, outside in cold weather. In fact, yesterday I went out and I bought these muck boots. We used to sell them at work, give them away actually. But I went out and I bought a pair that actually fit me. And, man, I'll tell you, they're nice and warm. You only have to wear like a thin sock with them. But they're hot as a rock. Walking around the house, I'm like, I tuck my pants in them or on the outside of them. Well, what's going on? So anyway, I said, I'm going to drag out the old Sorel packs that I got back in
Got to run down the hall. Be right back.
You know, they got the red rubber uppers on them. You know, it's all leather and all laces, like hockey skate laces on them. And they got these felt liners in them, about a half-inch thick. And you know, every so many years I throw a coat of mink oil on them. You know, just on the leathers and stuff, and they got plenty of tread on them. But I bought those back in '74, I believe. You know, just doing a lot of, you know, outdoor. It was cold back then, you know, winters. So anyway, screw that. I'll put those on. So I got them out of the bags and, you know, slid them on, and boy, they went on real easy, and I laced them all up. And man, those things, after all them years, they've got to be the most comfortablest boots that I've ever owned. And I think back in the day they were made in Canada. But when I was on strike with this company I worked for, Brown & Sharp, I remember being out on the picket line in October, and it was freaking cold, and the wind was blowing. It had to be like 10 degrees out there. I've got, you know, my thermal underwear on. I'm all ready to. You know, it felt like Lord Shackleton, you know. So anyway, of course, we're out there, young guys. We're drinking beer, too, you know. Standing by a big barrel with a fire in it. Yeah, so anyway, all right, now I got to, you know, I've had a few beers. I got to go make a deposit. So anyway, I go over to the backwoods there, and son of a gun, I put my long underwear on backwards. It was freaking cold, so there was a market across the street. I think it was a Ames or something, I don't know. But anyway, I went over there. But man, I'll tell you, it was freaking cold. And it was Christmas Eve. It had snowed, and this guy pulls up in a truck. He says, "Hey, you know, you guys won't, you know, shutting down the Christmas tree." It was a guy from the Boy Scouts. He says, "We're shutting down the Christmas tree." Oh, Pac-10 or something. And we're shutting down the, you know, the store that they had set up. So if you guys want the Christmas trees to burn, you know. So anyway, we said, yeah, sure. So I had a steak body at the time, old Jeep steak bodies. We went down there. We picked up, I think there was 40 or 50 Christmas trees. Just in my truck. Had them all tied down and everything. So anyway, make a long story short, you know, the way I plowed
Strap
into the entrance of the place, we took all the trees and we stuck them in the snow. And we made a big sign, and we used charcoal to write, you know, free Christmas trees. And this couple came by. It had to be like around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And they pulled out. I don't know if it was an old Valari station wagon or something, but the back windows were missing out of it. And they come by, and they free Christmas trees, really, you know. And they're like, "Oh God, our kids are going to be so happy to get up in the morning and see a Christmas tree there," you know. And I was like, wow, you know, you think you got it tough, somebody else has it a little bit tougher, I guess. W3MMR, N1SNG.
N1SNG. W3MMR. Real good, Glenn. Good story, man. Yeah, you mentioned those muck boots. I know a lot of guys, friends of mine I grew up with, who wear them. They're not necessarily like regular muck boots, I guess. They're not, you know, there's rubber, non-insulated ones. I mean, these are like hunting ones that have like 1,000-gram thin solid insulate in there. They're super waterproof. They come up to almost your knees. To me, they never looked really warm, though. They, you know, if it looks like I don't know, just rubber boots to me always felt cold, you know. But I guess if they're insulated, you know, they shouldn't be too cold, obviously. But they always just looked cold to me, and like you said, Glenn, I guess kind of hard when you're walking and you don't know whether to put your pants over top or tuck them inside. But yeah, I need a good pair of winter boots. I've been talking about it now for months, and the ones I was looking at, my dad just got a pair of, and he seems to like them. And the only boots I have are the ones I wear at work. They're waterproof and everything, but they're not insulated. They're just regular slip-on red-back mechanic shoes that are made for in the shop. So, but I've been wearing them. They've been okay, But I'm sure if I spent any time out in the snow at all, my feet would have an issue, I'm sure. But I usually wear 2 pairs of socks in the winter as well. Let me see. All right, that's all I got. Back over to you, Pop. I gotta get low on the coffee here. I might have to make another cup soon. W2SDR, N1SNG, W3MMR.
Yeah, W2SDR. Well, I don't have much more here. I think I'm going to sign out. I guess Brian called me on DMR, so I think I'm going to get back to him for a minute. So I don't have too much more. Those guys are starting to come in pretty loud here from out west, so I'm going to listen out. And I'll catch you fellers later. I have a pair of Sorel boots. They're the best ever. I mean, they're not cheap, far from cheap, but there ain't no other cold weather, snow, wet boot better than Sorels. They are the best, in my opinion. 7-3 all the way around. N1SNG, W3MMR, W2SDR. Good, Glenn.
Yeah, okay, Frank, very good. Yeah, we could let you get going there and hook up with your other contact. And yeah, I got these back at 74, and they have a felt liner in them. Actually, I bought a second set because these things, if you go through the ice and they're in the water there, they do those wool liners keep you warm. Yeah, it's an inconvenience lacing them up, but it's just the design of the boot and all. Very, very good. And, the company I work for, we actually made Muck boots. It was one of our divisions. Became the supply house. And they were stockpiling a lot of boots that came back from testing and all. And some of them had little holes in them, whatever they did with them, I don't know. But they had a Muck boot day. And free Muck boots. So you go out in the parking lot. And they had pallets of them, literally pallets of boots, but they're all size 7s and 9s. The first round, they were, reasonable sizes, 10s, 11s, and all that. But they were giving them away. And I picked up 50 pairs of them, and mostly the ones that fit kids, because they had these little knuckle-roos and stuff. And I gave a lot of those away to friends and neighbors and stuff like that. They were just thrilled with them, But yesterday would have been a great day to try those out for sure. But any get it over. Let's see. I'll get it over. I'll be sticking around here or not. I know you said you might be going running for coffee there or whatever, but I'll be hanging around here. So, W3MMR and N1SNG.
Yeah, that stations, those are 7-landers, dude. Those guys are 7-landers where that carrier's coming from. They're way out there. I gotta look them up on QRZ. I got the one guy's call. I think I did. I was listening on a WebSDR out west for a second. Let me see. WB7AM. Yeah, they're in Arizona. That one guy's in Arizona. WB7AM, and then there's K7OYP. How about that, man? I'm just happy I can see the carrier on there. You know what I mean, Glenn? I know I can't hear him, but I can see a carrier from a station in Arizona on this little 125-foot piece of wire, man. That's awesome. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I got a little bit of coffee left. I might take a standby for a little bit, Glenn. I got to go grab some Tylenol I got a little bit of a headache this morning. I woke up, I guess, around 4:15. Couldn't really fall back asleep, you know. And I felt a little bit of a headache coming on, and I used to get migraines. Well, I still get migraines every once in a while, but I usually know. Excuse me. I usually know when they're coming. I can feel them coming on. You know, and as long as I nip them in the bud, you know, soon enough, you know, things are usually okay. But if it's when I let them go, you know, and don't take anything or don't drink any water or things like that. So they're usually caused by myself, by not eating good the day before, or, you know, not being dehydrated, you know, things like that. So I'm going to take some Tylenol. But are you going to head up to the Milrad net at all this morning, Glenn? Or are you just gonna kind of just hang down here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to hang down here. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee and come back down. But I'll see. Maybe Chris will stop by our gym, UQM. We'll see. But yeah, I don't hear those 7 stations. But yeah, that's pretty interesting how the band moves around the way it does. So anyway, back to you.
Yeah, okay, let me, yeah, like, I mean, to be honest, Glenn, I don't think I could hear it. A little bit, maybe, in the other receiver. You know, the AM quieting of the AM carrier. With the SDRs, it's kind of weird. You know, on a weak signal like that, it's, you know, you can kind of hear it, you can see it, okay, but you can't really hear it, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like, what that threshold is in my older receiver to where, like, where I'm starting to hear it and what maybe it would look like on the pan adapter, you know what I mean? So I don't think I would be able to hear it. I don't know. But I did hear a little Heterodyne in there with you that time, so that tells me I would be able to hear something. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I just obviously love the hobby, but it's fun trying to, you know, get the most out of what you can and where you got, because you and I both deal with noise, you know what I mean? And you know, just being able to like I said, see that carrier with the noise level that I have at times, and the way things have been before, and where I'm at, and how much wire I have in the air for this band, and how well it seems to work at times. I just feel very fortunate, you know, because my dad always tells me this, that, you know, before he moved to New Jersey, he didn't get on 80 meters much because it was so loud at his house, and he didn't have the room to have up a full 80 meter, you know, a dipole, let alone 160. He never had a 160 meter antenna in his first 40 years of being on the radio. And then he moves over to New Jersey, and now he's able to put up a full-size antenna. And here I am, you know, I've been in the radio hobby for pretty much all my life, but I've only been a ham here for probably 7 or 8 years. And, you know, I feel pretty fortunate sometimes to accomplish what I have in the short time, you know. So I try not to take it for granted, man. And, yeah, Glenn, you've been solid 20 to 25 over the entire time. The band's in really good shape, man. So I'm going to take a standby for a bit. You'll probably drop back down here again. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to go in the other room is what I'm doing. I'm going to go in the other room, make a bite to eat, put a little coffee on, and put on the tube, and then come back and see if Chris is around, or see what's goings on. Goings on around. What do they say? Going down in the world of sound, right, Glenn? And real good on the muck boot with the wool liners. I didn't know about they made liners for them. It would make sense, you know, that you would think that you know, they would, but me not knowing too much about them, I never really knew that. So cool, good info, man. And 19 degrees here, wind chill of 17 degrees at the moment. So same, pretty much the same weather down here, Glenn. Snow on the ground and cold. Back up to you, Glenn. We'll be listening out, man. N1SNG W3MMR.
Yeah, okay, Perry, yeah. Yeah, the liners, that's for the Sorel boots. Yeah, the muck boots, they don't come with any type of a liner in them, just it's almost like a diver suit type of material that they use. Anyway, all right, well, I'll let you get going there. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee, put a couple of logs into the wood stove, and come on back down here and listen around. And yeah, the hobby's great. Everybody has their version of it as far as operating position, antennas. That's what makes it so interesting. Theoretically, what was supposed to work quite well did not for you, but something that wasn't supposed to work works. So we gotta play that. We gotta test it, and whatever you get the best results from. That's the great thing with the hobby. So anyway, I'll catch up a little later, Barry. W3MMR and 1SNG.
I just heard a little bit of audio from that signal. Wow. You guys are really coming up. That Heterodyne was in there good with you that time, Glenn. So listen out, man. Maybe you can work them guys out there. I know I can't. Oh, man. Yeah, man, we're doing stuff that we're not supposed to be doing. That's a good way to look at it. Fingers crossed, wood knocking. Things keep going the way they have, man. Catch up with you in a bit, Glenn. It's always fun, man. I love talking to you in the morning. 7-3 for now. N1SNG, W3MMR. Listening out.
Yeah, okay, Perry. Yeah, I can hear those guys back there. I can hear them, but, I have to really work this. Probably if I went to the SP600, I might have a chance with them. But right now, the gray line and all, it is what it is. So, all right, catch you later, Perry. I'm going to go do a few things and come back down here. It's still nice and warm in the shack. W3MMR and 1SNG.
Later, Glenn. Good to hear you, man. Yeah, the SP600 is a great receiver. I was looking at a few of them online last night. Great looking receivers, man, and obviously performance-wise is too. Catch you later. Catch you soon. W3MMR.
About 12 degrees.
L1000 linear, the pair of 813s, about 150 watts out, and that goes out to a 160 meter full wave ZEP. So conditions are still in the early morning stage here, so I won't hold it here and pass it to. I'll pass it back to you, Steve, because I didn't catch the call. Who I pass it to. So KD3HT and the group W1FYO.